Friday. Welcome to Tesla Shorts Time, daily, episode 492 for May 29th, 2026. I'm Patrick, coming to you from Vancouver. Let's close out the week with today's Tesla news. Texas granting Tesla commercial driverless rights shifts its robotaxi plans from supervised testing into paid operation. Tesla self-certified its software at SAE Level 4, securing commercial driverless rights in the state. The filing covers operation without a safety driver in permitted zones. This step allows paid robotaxi service to begin once vehicles are deployed. The authorization followed separate state-level framework updates on autonomy. This moves the program past pure testing into a regulated commercial environment. The next milestones are initial fleet size and first revenue-generating trips. While Texas opens the door to commercial use, real-world supervised performance on long routes is already being tested elsewhere. A Tesla completed a coast-to-coast run from Vancouver to Halifax, covering 3,760 miles with zero human input under FSD Supervised. The trip demonstrates the system's ability to manage long-distance highway and urban segments without intervention. This milestone adds real-world, unsupervised capable data to the training set ahead of broader regulatory reviews. The route covered highways, rural roads, and urban streets. Next data point to watch is whether similar cross-border runs appear in Europe following recent approvals. The same supervised software is also showing incremental improvements on shorter, mixed routes in the latest release. Version 14.3.3 completed a mixed route that included turnpikes, winding back roads, and small-town streets without driver takeover. The drive covered varied speed limits and road surfaces in a single session. This performance shows incremental gains in handling edge cases that earlier versions flagged for intervention. A 130-mile trip was completed without driver takeover across varied speeds and surfaces. Watch for wider V14.3.3 distribution numbers in the coming weeks. The same supervised software is also showing incremental improvements on shorter, mixed routes in the latest release. Estonia became the third EU country to clear FSD Supervised after the Netherlands and Lithuania. The Transport Authority accepted the Dutch type approval documentation for the system. This expands the supervised feature to another market without requiring separate local testing. The move continues the pattern of rapid European regulatory acceptance seen in recent months. European regulators are also moving forward with the supervised system. Not everyone close to the training data shares the same confidence in the system's readiness. Trainers who label FSD data reportedly told interviewers they would not ride in an unsupervised robotaxi, even for payment. Their stance highlights a gap between claimed safety statistics and the confidence of those closest to the training process. Tesla will need to close that perception gap before regulators and riders accept driverless service at scale. Data labelers told interviewers they would not ride in a driverless robotaxi even if paid. This highlights a gap between Tesla's safety claims and internal confidence levels. Stepping back from daily headlines, the Canada Drive raises a deeper question about what actually remains before unsupervised operation. The 3,700 mega-mile trip occurred on public roads that include highways, rural routes, and urban streets without a single driver takeover. That distance exceeds most documented supervised demonstrations and supplies a new volume of edge case data that earlier short tests could not capture. The results suggest the software's prediction models have reached a level where long-duration reliability, rather than isolated maneuvers, is becoming the measurable constraint. Tesla's approach of collecting fleet-scale miles before seeking broader approval therefore gains practical weight. If the same data pipeline that produced the Canada run can be applied to new vehicle form factors, such as the Cybercab, the company may shorten the validation window regulators typically require. The next observable signal will be whether similar extended, unsupervised capable routes appear in Texas, following the recent Level 4 self-certification. Tesla introduced a new Model Y variant in India that lowers the entry price by 15%. The trim targets buyers previously priced out of the lineup. Lower pricing aligns with efforts to grow volume in a market where rivals are expanding quickly. Sales figures after the price cut will indicate demand response. Away from autonomy, Tesla is also adjusting pricing and trims in several markets. Canadian registrations reached the highest level in 16 months as inventory of China-built Model 3 units increased. The uptick occurred before any potential tariff changes on imported vehicles. Higher supply appears to have eased earlier allocation constraints. Monthly registration data will show whether the trend continues. Canada saw its own sales lift from increased supply of China-built Model 3s. On the charging side, the first non-Tesla-owned supercharger site has opened in Nevada. Optimus posted a simple greeting with a waving emoji on X. The short message follows earlier image and heart emoji posts from the same account. These updates coincide with ongoing factory construction at Giga Texas for humanoid production cells. Volume output targets remain set for 2027 and beyond. Tesla noted that the system now anticipates erratic merges and exits based on millions of prior human examples. The capability appears in recent supervised builds and reduces the need for last-second corrections. It represents another incremental step towards smoother, unsupervised behavior in dense traffic. Continued fleet data collection will determine how quickly this improves further. A Reddit discussion explores whether Cybercab's unique shape requires dedicated fleet data before unsupervised operation. The theory draws parallels to the Cybertruck, which waited months for FSD after initial deliveries. Millions of validation miles on actual prototypes may be needed before regulators accept the new body style. Production timing and regulatory approval remain the two open gating items. Before we go, keep an eye on whether extended supervised runs appear in Texas following the recent Level 4 self-certification. That's your Tesla news for today. TSLA closed at $433.48, down $8.62, 1.9%. If you found this useful, a rating or review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify really helps new listeners find the show. You can also find us on X at Tesla Shorts Time. I'm Patrick in Vancouver. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you tomorrow. This episode used AI voice synthesis of my voice. Editorial selection and analysis are my own.